I just want to share with you the importance of this little girl here, because if she dies, perhaps she will help the rest of them out in the wild. Maybe secure some habitat. You kill me.
Yeah, he cried over that, didn't he?
He cried over everything. He really was a soft, emotional human being.
Did that elephant survive?
No, it died about 2 months later.
All right. Now you can help the legacy of Steve Irwin by donating to the Australian Zoo Wildlife Warriors worldwide. There it is, worldwide. Go to wildlifewarriors.org.au, then click on the Make a Donation link on the left-hand side of the page. Or you can make a donation at ANZ Bank branches right across Australia. Cheques can be made out to Wildlife Warriors and mailed to PO Box 29 Biwa. There is Biwa, Queensland 4519, or you can phone 1800 334 350. Get in touch with us and we will fix you up with those too. Now, I really have to ask you, can the zoo survive?
Yes, it will. It's got Bindi coming through, it's got Terry and a strong support, and in the future there'll be Bob. There's a few plans afoot, so it will. But
Bob is such a little bopper. Bindi, of course, she's got a TV series. Is that finished?
Starts next year, yep. So she'll be coming through. She's singing, dancing. She's got a lot more talent than her dad.
And could she work with Terry on that, with her mum?
Yes, she will. Yeah.
She will?
Yeah.
But that was supposed to be Steve, wasn't it?
Very much so. Steve and her were a great partnership.
Do you have docos that we haven't seen yet?
There is a lot of library stuff, excuse me, and a lot of episodes of the kids show that will have Steve in it. He'll be in nearly every bit of it.
And what about the work that he did with quarantine and so on? Does that go on?
Yeah, we've just finished a whole new campaign, which I'm sure that will still go to air, and everyone will remember him and take heed of that message that he gives in those two commercials that are coming up.
But you mentioned too that he was about to be announced as the tourist ambassador.
The sad thing was we just did arrangements for Steve in July this year. So in November we were going to announce with Tourism Australia that Steve would have been an official tourist ambassador for Australia for the next 3 years, which is like recognising him finally that he was a crowd puller for this country. And he had a philosophy, Ray, that by doing the things he did on television and touching animals, that every animal he touched would touch the heart of somebody in their living room. And he was a wildlife warrior in khaki shorts that touched millions of people around the world.
So this was those who criticised him getting too close to animals. This is the reason he did it.
That's why we stood out. That's why we could make an impact on worldwide television. From a little boy from Biwa, from a 4-acre zoo, was talking to kings and queens and presidents.
Now, his dad announced today that there's not going to be a state funeral.
His dad doesn't think that Steve would want that, so...
What do you think?
I don't think he would, to be honest. He wasn't that sort of a man. He was, as his dad said today, he's just a humble, ordinary bloke, and he was. He could actually turn things around. He could make stuff happen. He was a catalyst and a pivotal point of that whole zoo. It's going to be a hard road ahead because they've got a big pair of shoes to fill.
Mate, can you understand the reaction around the world? I mean, we knew that he was popular. We had no idea that he was this much loved.
I mean, the Australian public have just astounded me. That's what makes me so sad. I feel all these people need somebody to share the grief with because I'm so sad.
I mean, it's foolish to talk about Princess Diana, but it's to see people putting flowers outside the zoo, to see the internet clogged.
Yeah. You know, to me, he was the epitome of a great Australian icon that actually made people want to come here to see different people. They don't want to travel from America to see Americans. I used to like the fact that when I was growing up, you know, they were using words like awesome because we were copying kids from America. Then we went to America and gave them crikey, and kids over here are using crikey because they think it's American. It's weird.
You stood up well tonight, but how are you in a week's time and 2 weeks' time when it moves on? You're going to have to face the reality that he's not here.
I did that on Monday. I think a chapter closed in my life forever.
Wow. All right, we thank you for talking to us. That just about wraps up our tribute tonight to Steve Irwin. Our celebration, John, we meant it as a celebration.
Yeah.
He was a lovable larrikin of a bloke, unstoppable it seemed, mad to learn everything, as John said, and try to teach the rest of us what he knew. Steve packed 2 or 3 lives into his brief time with us. Still, it was all too short and all too sad. Our thoughts tonight are with Steve's family, especially Terry and Bindi. And you, John, it's been a tough few days for you, my friend. What would Steve have thought of all this? What would he have...
Thought it was a lot of bull.
A lot of bull, would he? Yeah. A lot of bull. Well, we don't think it's a lot of bull. We think it's fantastic. Thank you again, my friend. Thank you for joining us tonight, and good night.
Sorry, mate.
Today the world has lost a great wildlife icon, a passionate conservationist, and one of the proudest dads on the planet.
Here I go, out to sea again. The sunshine fills my hair, and dreams hang in the air.
We've probably lost one of the most passionate wildlife people on this planet.
No need to run and hide. It's a wonderful, wonderful life. No need to laugh and cry. It's a wonderful, wonderful life.
Conservation is my job, my life, my whole persona.
It's a wonderful, wonderful